for the presentation. Thank you so much for the presentation. I've learned a lot and I look forward to using the products. She's in a noisy place. So congratulations on logging in despite being out and about. Okay, thank you. So one thing about product combinations, let me just touch on that. I pointed out my little handbag care spray and my empty toner bottle that I put in a bit of LDC and got a different color lid so that I can find it in my handbag, right? Now, care is a bit finicky in that you don't mix it with either LDC or Super 10. You don't put them in the same container. You will always first wash or first clean with Super 10 and then disinfect on its own. The two shouldn't be mixed together. So I have a system in my house where I make my own juice. I juice fruits and vegetables, you know, beetroot, ginger, apples. So I bought some bottles that I can clean very nicely with LDC. Then I fill them up with water and put a little drop of care and stand them until each time I empty one until the next juicing. Then all that water that is in the bottles when I'm going to juice, I pour into a bucket. I have a dedicated bucket. Then that care is still good to use when I do a load of towels in my washing machine. I first rinse them, pre-rinse. You know, towels, everybody has been wiping themselves and stepping on them and whatever. I pre-rinse with that water that I've been saving up. Sometimes I use that water. I can mop the floor. I can wipe other things. Yes. And then I wash the towels with G1. And if I want, I can put a little bit of soft. We have a fabric softener that is amazing. No scents, no hormone disrupting chemicals. So can you see that there is economy everywhere? Yeah, you are economizing and yet you're getting well disinfected towels, and you are also saving the environment, because when that water goes out there, it doesn't damage the environment. Very, very important. And so if we all take responsibility just by starting in your little micro environment and then telling the neighbors around you, yeah, all those neighbors, if they're using toxic things, those toxins will come back and bite you eventually, and you don't want that. So that's where I always say this system is so ingenious, because yeah, who would have thought that by sharing good news, you get rewarded? Literally. Yeah. So any other comments? Seems everybody's...
Hello, Doctor.
Hi.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. It is really good. We keep learning every day. I'm concerned about this thing of using LDC for the toothpaste. I don't know, I'm commenting that. And sometimes I use care. I keep alternate or I mix them. It worked very well. I have not got any challenge. Sometimes even I mix LDC and care. Is there any problem on that? And also I have a testimony. I have someone who has that challenge of sensation tooth or pain, to the pain, some pain, funny pain. So I just mix LDC and care, very light, and it was used for brushing, and the thing was going. She's very okay now.
Okay. All right.
So,
okay, I'm sure if it worked well for that person, then that is good. It's just that for some reason we were told that the two shouldn't be mixed together. But clearly it is a short time that they're in contact. So maybe that's why there's there's no harm. Okay, let me just, thank you, Evelyn, for that. Joseph Mugisha says, can ladies put care drops in water and wash in their private parts to avoid UTI? Well, a lot of, I know Ugandans and East Africans, even Tanzanians, are selling little bottles of, and I'm sure they're telling dilute it further, right? But yeah, it works well. It's non-toxic. It's not irritating. I remember when I had a private practice, I would give people a little amount of diluted care in a bottle and tell them to dilute it further and gargle with it in the mouth for HIV people that had thrush. Remember, thrush is very common for people with immunodeficiency. There's fungal infections in the mouth, and it worked very, very well. So these are safe products. You can experiment with them. Thanks. Where is our facilitator?
I'm right here. Yes.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the questions. We got some questions from Mogisha and from Evelyn. So thank you, and I'm sure that the learnings benefit everybody. I've mostly seen distributors talk about using care for fungal infections. I don't think I've had anybody talk about UTI, but rather fungal infections. But like Dr. ESEZA said, there is no effect in trying. At least one thing that you know is that it is not going to affect you negatively because there are no side effects to our products. So it's important, and hopefully when these people use this product, it's always important to follow up and get feedback. And with that feedback, if you get feedback from more than 3 people, there's a high chance that it is working. So then you can continue to promote it. So it's important that we follow up, understand if the recommendation that was given worked for some people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, that is a good sign. Yeah, Evelyn says for UTI, it's a preventative measure. Okay. And I guess it's also for good personal hygiene. And also for preventative, Dr. S has touched on it. You know, if you have your care, diluted care in your handbag, and this is especially for women, I think we are the ones who are more prone to getting infections from bathrooms, public toilets, especially, that you have that care with you in your bag, and before you use the washroom, you spray, and that is really for prevention. So that is to really encourage us to buy care. Use the product ourselves, as we always say in New Life. Use the product before you start recommend it out, and after that, you know, you'll have more confidence and you'll have more authority to actually tell somebody else to buy the product. I am now going to ask.
Sorry, you seem to have stopped talking. But also for washing vegetables, I forgot to mention LDC is amazing for washing vegetables. Spinach, all the soil just falls off. I always quickly rinse my lettuce.
Okay.
Sorry, I rinse my
All
lettuce.
right.
Few drops of LDC in a bowl just to get off all the worms and any eggs or larvae of worms. Yeah. So a quick rinse, because if you soak it, spinach is hardier and the soil falls off. But with lettuce, it's a very delicate leaf. So after preparing it, I wash it very, very quickly. And really, you can see some bugs falling off,
Oh, wow.
which is great. And then, of course, broccoli, cauliflower, all my carrots, apples, everything I have to wash. Okay.
With LDC.
LDC.
Yeah. Okay. If there are no further questions, I suppose we can close the meeting now. So I'd like to thank you once again, Dr. ESEZA, for making the time, for loving. If a lady has a chronic UTI, what are the best products? Okay, here is a last minute question for you, Dr. ESEZA. A lady with chronic UTI.
That lady needs to invest in flavonoid complex. They really seriously need to invest in flavonoid complex. I've advised so many people because flavonoid complex has cranberry extracts, okay? And cranberries, special, been shown to actually inhibit E. coli, a type of bacteria, which is very notorious for causing those chronic UTIs. It's one of those bacteria that is actually normal in our microbiome, but if the immune system is compromised for whatever reason, and a lot of people don't know that they have poor immune systems until they start investing in their bodies with Pro-Vitality or the components thereof and a shake, then the immune system will pick up. And as you grow older, may I remind you that you might need more than one carotenoid, more than one omega-3, yeah? But as your immune system is stronger, sturdier, more resilient, then those chronic UTIs the incidence will also drop. But we all have been, what is the word? I think, over 40 years in this profession has shown me that we were all conscientized in one direction, that wait until something goes wrong and then after that, scramble to treat it. I'm speaking from the side of prevention. And if you didn't know that flavonoid complex will help you, now you do. Start using your flavonoid. It's not a luxury, it is very, very good. And that's why it is put together with carotenoid and with cruciferous. Now, you can wake me up in my sleep and ask me about any product. I will tell you about it. Why? Because I use them. Yeah. I'm not boasting, I'm just...
Fair enough. Fair enough. We all need to use these products, surely. So it's not a luxury. It is a necessity. So we all need to, before we fall sick, that we give our bodies what they need so that we don't actually fall sick. Mogisha also says that he uses that he's been advising them to use garlic allium.
Absolutely, yeah. Garlic allium is a very powerful antibiotic, antifungal, antiviral. And then when they strengthen their mucosa with zinc, all those things. Have you got zinc in Uganda?
Yes, we have zinc in Uganda.
But you don't have garlic, right?
We do get garlic. I do get garlic.
From Kenya?
So, yeah, probably, yes.
Okay. Yeah, garlic is such a good product.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for making the time. And I hope that this meeting was very much worth your while. It was very good for me. I've learned a lot of things that I did. And yet I thought I knew a lot about Neolife products. We've also learned some saving tips that we can also try out. So I'd like to thank you once again, Dr. ESEZA, for always making the time. We don't take it for granted and we really, really appreciate it. So would like to thank you again and to wish you a lovely evening. And we look forward to having you once again at another time. Thank you. Have a good night and good